Good evening. Survival is hardly the most ambitious of targets for a Prime Minister, but right now Sir Keir Starmer looks to have achieved that pretty modest goal, despite another tumultuous day for his leadership. Here's the glass-half-full version. His cabinet is united in sticking by him, insisting that he is the right man for the top job. No rival candidate has come forward, despite widespread disquiet about his handling of the Lord Mandelson scandal. Here's the glass-half-empty version. The most high-profile Labour member yet called for him to go today, with Scottish leader Anas Sarwar saying a change in leadership is needed in Downing Street. And he lost his second top aide in just 24 hours, with Communications Chief Tim Allen standing down. That's hot on the heels of his Chief of Staff, Morgan McSweeney, who resigned over the weekend. So the Prime Minister's future is on a knife edge, and this evening could shift it one way or another after he addressed Labour MPs in Parliament. We'll have the latest on that in a moment. Tan was there as well. But first, here's our political editor, Beth Rigby, and a warning that Beth's piece does contain some flash photography.
The distraction needs to end, and the leadership in Downing Street has to change.
Take that in. Labour's Scottish leader calling time on Keir Starmer. Anas Sarwar, the first senior figure to break cover, plunging the Prime Minister into the greatest moment of jeopardy yet.
The situation in Downing Street is not good enough. There have been too many mistakes. They promised they were going to be different, but too much has happened. I need to decide what I'm willing to accept and what I'm willing to tolerate. Thank you.
Starmer in number 10, now intolerable for Anas Sarwar. This a body blow for a Prime Minister already reeling from the departure of his Chief of Staff, Morgan McSweeney, on Sunday, and his Head of Communications, Tim Allen, shortly before Sarwar broke ranks. With number 10 in freefall, this moment could have marked the end for Starmer. But he was thrown a lifeline by a cabinet in no mood now for a coup. An hour after Sarwar called for Starmer to resign, the entire cabinet had endorsed him to stay in a flurry of tweets signalling their support. Would-be leadership contenders also rowing in behind Starmer. Angela Rayner tweeting, "I urge all my colleagues to come together, remember our values and put them into practice as a team. The PM has my full support." Wes Streeting also reluctant to call time on Starmer. Does Keir Starmer need to resign?
No, let's give Keir, just give Keir that chance. Let him set out how he's going to lead us forward.
The Health Secretary also trying to give himself a chance at any future tilt at the Labour leadership, deciding to publish his last 6 months of correspondence with Peter Mandelson and telling me he has nothing to hide. I've got these messages here. And I've only just, to be honest, Wes, I'm literally just reading them shortly before you came in. But there is a lot of genuine intimacy here and friendship. You know, Wes to you, to Peter, great pitch, lovely photos in the time Peter sends you a kiss. There's well done on the BBC. This is Peter Mandelson to you in June 25. I'm literally reading them as I go along. Well done on the BBC, very good kiss. Are you planning to visit the US this year? You hope so, exclamation mark, kiss. Are you embarrassed by that? I mean, that's quite an intimate friendship, isn't it?
Do I resile from friendship with Peter Mandelson? Yes, absolutely, given his behaviour and what he's done. Do I resile from those messages? No.
How embarrassed are you by these WhatsApps between you and him?
I'm embarrassed to have known Peter Mandelson.
There are plenty more in the party not just embarrassed, but angry that Mandelson was let back in.
What this has been, Beth, is unfortunately a centuries-long story that the voices of women and girls were, ignored by a few rich and powerful men who felt they could act with impunity.
It feels like number 10 is in freefall. Can the Prime Minister survive?
Yes.
You really believe that?
I believe he can and he should. But I do believe that we need to steady the ship, but we also need to change course, because the public wants to see change in the country. They want a government and a party that they can trust, that they believe we need to clean up politics, that they believe that violence against women and girls is unacceptable. And I believe the Prime Minister should be given the space to make sure that it's not just his words, but the action.
I cannot overstate to you how pivotal today has been. Had some in the Cabinet decided not to back Starmer, well, he would have faced a leadership challenge or perhaps been forced to resign. That didn't happen, but he is badly, perhaps fatally wounded from all of this. But with no one in the Cabinet going in for the kill at the moment, well, that means that Starmer can at least try to battle on.
Prime Minister, your message to the country tonight?
His cabinet and party now in control, and Starmer's work cut out to persuade them to let him stay. A Prime Minister grateful for the reprieve, but under no illusions it may not last. Beth Rigby, Sky News, Westminster.